Nevada.
Everybody, welcome back. Global Sports Network this Friday. Great news, bad news, you make the call. Texans' future at hand this weekend. Nothing was done in the trade deadlines. Nothing was changed. We'll see what happens, Coach. What do you think? What needs to happen for the Texans' future to be a good one?
It's a rough one, Chris. 1-6 team. JJ's in that position. We've had 2 losing seasons, 2-14 and 4 something, you know. So looks like we're headed for another season like that, even though the schedule is getting weak, Chris.
Yeah.
There's winnable games. We were talking about that the other day. But I don't think you want to make your prediction here.
Sure, John. I thought you would never ask. Let me jump right in.
All right, go ahead.
All right, guys. For those of you that know me, I'm the dealer of bad news here. But guys, very seriously, honestly, this has to be just reckoning the mind of Cal McNair, because if you don't know anything about football operations, you don't know anything about a football franchise, and Cal McNair, what are you doing there, sir? I respect you, don't know you, I've met you once or twice, and honestly, just let me tell you that you have to plan for the. I was told once, if you don't plan to fail. Mr. McNair, right now, we must plan for next season or we will fail. John, I'm looking at least 3 or 4 years of the same stuff if we don't straighten things out. The fact that J.J. Watt and Fuller and some of those other guys are still on the team, for most of you guys, it's positive. For personal, J.J. Watt and Fuller, especially Watt, in my opinion, professional opinion, that is a no-no. J.J. Watt, you should have got the heck out of Dodge. You have no business being here, sir. You're a champion. You need to find somewhere else to be. You're not going to get what you're looking for here. Not right now, John. I don't see it happening. This weekend, they're facing the Jaguars without their starting quarterback, Minshew. We have, I think it's Jake Luton. Jake Luton, of course, is a young rookie. Guys, if you know anything about Chris Fernandez, I'm going to tell you right now, and John knows this, okay? I've called pretty much all the Super Bowls since 2014. I have been right. I called this season. I was very right, and I've called the last 3 seasons for the Houston Texans, John. You know it, and I'm going to tell you right now, all that the Houston Texans have been able to do with rookies is make them superstars. Since I've covered the Texans the last 16 years, all they seem to do with rookies is make their debuts and make them superstars. This gentleman, Jake, is already a superstar. Coming from Oregon State Beavers,
you like
John.
This guy Minshew. Yeah, he came out real hot.
Well, Minshew's not playing today, but the rookie.
Oh, the rookie.
Jake. Jake Luton is playing today, and well, he's a superstar, John, at Oregon State, and in Oregon State, he pretty much broke a lot of the records. So you
really think he's a factor? You think that the Jaguars have a chance?
All I'm telling you is, all I'm saying is, if the Texans can't get all their ducks in a row, especially now that they're going to be short a linebacker with Merciless not being here, that's even a worse factor on the defensive side. That means JJ's got to stand, get on 3-point stand, stand on 2 and move around, go to the outside. I think Grenard, they're finally starting Grenard, Jonathan Grenard.
Yep.
So they're going to be really short on linebackers, John. I don't see a great forecast for this game, which is the future, which would be this Sunday, which, and for the future at large, I don't see it for the Texans right now, John. A lot of things need to change, need to happen. Again, J.J. Watt, big mistake, sir. You need to have gone and moved out.
As far as winning a Super Bowl, that's
as far
what
as
you're talking about. He's talking about on JJ's behalf.
On JJ's behalf.
JJ wants to win a Super Bowl.
Right. Everyone that's left here has left Houston, whether it's baseball, football, has gone on to win a championship. We talk about coaching. Gary Kubiak left here. I said it 3 days before he got fired. In my newspaper, it stated, and I said if he doesn't win here, he gets fired. He's going to be a superstar somewhere. He's going to win a championship somewhere. Kubiak a year and a half later wins the Super Bowl
and
with Denver.
Wade Phillips, right?
And Wade Phillips, that is
and
correct.
I hear Wade is involved in
Right.
helping Cal McNair, which I'm glad to see. I don't think he's, there's years ago where he wanted to be a head coach. I don't believe that's so right now, sources say, but he is part of the team, search committee, helping Cal McNair look for a replacement for the Texans. As far as the defense, Chris, and J.J. Watt and the state of the offense, personally, I was happy to see them not let Fuller go. There was rumors of them trading Fuller and J.J. Watson in a deal package. It would have blown the team up. If you were going to make that deal, you might as well make them all and blow it up. And that didn't happen. The offense, Chris, I believe, is built right now around a lot of great wide receivers. That's the one thing O'Brien did do. He put the pieces in place there, and the offensive line, it just hasn't been producing. And we talked about that yesterday. Right. That goes on, I think, Devlin, the offensive line coach, who, in listening to some of his interviews, isn't qualified for the job. He's not coaching the offensive line.
He's learning from the actual individuals
from
he's
being
supposed
on
to be
the
coaching.
job. On the job. Well, that's the story of the Texans this year. You have a rookie offensive coordinator and a rookie defensive coordinator. Yeah. And our defensive coordinator, we were really talking about Weaver on a high end. Everybody was. When they heard him talk, different schemes, being able to disguise stuff at the line of scrimmage. That hasn't happened. Well, not only has that not happened, but they can't play solid defense on much less disguising stuff straight up.
Right.
So you can't start disguises and scheming if you can't play straight up football on defense. So,
well, John, I think that the problem comes there when when the defense is not able to stop the run. Then it also stops anything you might want to do after that, which could be scheming, hiding, bringing guys, not bringing guys, defending a certain way. If you can't make the straight up basic stop of running, stopping
not
the guy
filling
at the
the
run.
gaps. And Chris was a defense. You played
I was
defense.
a defensive linebacker, middle linebacker, Mike linebacker, outside linebacker.
Right.
And if you cannot stop the run,
well, just being in your gaps, and you have certain assignments.
There's certain assignments.
You can't let people get outside.
And you know what
the edges.
You know what that's called, John?
What's that?
That's called discipline.
Right.
If I tell you I need you staying right there, the ball moves left, I need you to move right. That's your job. That's what you're going to do. And if you can't do it, guess what? The whole defense breaks down because you are not willing to do your job and move right.
Right.
So that breaks everything down, John.
Yep. I'm more concerned on the offensive end of the ball. Deshaun Watson, I know he leads the league right now, or, he's in the top half, number 3, I think, with passing yardage and a couple stats. QBR rating, maybe even, and I love Deshaun Watson.
Yep.
I'm a big, I would take him over anybody.
Right.
And I say that truthfully,
and
over
that's
Mahomes,
right.
But you just got to give him the offense, run the offense the way he can run the offense.
Right now, you keep telling me and you keep saying, we have all the right guys, we have all the right superstars.
Well, I don't know about that.
I equate that to advertising in today's modern world, John, because very basically, if you don't do it on paper, then you're not successful. I've had clients in my newspaper, of course, Eldorado News and Stellar News, that I don't want to lose money, and well, you're investing in your own company when you do that. You're not giving me your money. You're gonna see your ad tomorrow, next week when it prints. Most of the people, when they do it, I'm gonna equate this to this. My point is that if you don't advertise, nobody knows you're there. They can't see you.
Right.
Same thing happens to the Texans. Yes, we have the superstars, but if you don't have the right defense,
the right
offense scheme, then you're never going to see that they're there, John.
Right.
So you're always going to keep getting what you're getting right now, John.
Yeah, that offensive line, I don't know. It's suspect, definitely suspect. Martin. And then, we give up DJ Reader on the defense, which he was a solid nose tackle.
Matter of fact, I think Reader spoke Spanish, did an interview with him.
Yeah.
And he was a solid guy. We got him there. I was on the field when we got him when he first arrived.
I mean, if you're going to get rid of a guy like that, he wasn't the best in the league, but he was around 10, top 10 in the league, holding the defense down to rushing yards. he was a solid rock right there. You weren't running through him, okay? And people knew that. So, but when you give up a piece like that, to me, Chris, you got to have something before you make a move. You got to have something else in mind. If you don't, you have no plan. And there's where Bill O'Brien really left us dry. His talent evaluation, or his inability to get along with some of the top players and we in Houston put up with 3 years in a row the worst deals from Brown, Clowney, right down the line, the worst deals in the league. It just
and the bad thing about it, John, is it's like you said, they're stuck with what they have. You're in no man's land. You were led there by Bill O'Brien with blindfolds. All of a sudden, Bill O'Brien's gone. They take off the blindfolds, and you're in the middle of the desert. And you have bandits all around you, John. And that's what's happening to the Texans right now. They have no one to steer them. Don't have a captain on the ship that's going to take them out of the desert, John.
Well, you got Romeo Crennel trying to, he's there, been there a long time. He's much older now. I know people were talking. We were out there at the training camp a couple times
sure.
in years past, and we weren't the other year. But I was hearing sources, saying that, he doesn't look good on the side. He's getting around. He's, 70? He was the oldest coaching NFL coach by taking over the Texans here right now. So Romeo, and he's old-fashioned. And nowadays the game's changing a lot.
Sure.
But you still need that old-fashioned, centerpiece around. And I think it's a tough transition. They're just in a
John, we're going to go to a small break, John, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little baseball. We're going to talk a little tennis, and then make it back to the Texans to close the show. We'll be right back.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Global Sports Network here on Edge Radio. John, we're talking, of course, Rockets, Astros, and tennis. John, where do you want to start off?
Oh, well, we could start with the Rockets. I know we talked about the Texans here, and the Rockets, Daryl Morey, he's trying to make some moves with the 76ers.
Whoa.
I'm talking about trades with House and Gordon. So we'll see what happens there. And then also James Harden, there's a big deal rumor running around, and I know at first Fertitta and them, we're not trading, we're going to go with this, even though it was a bust last year. Proved to be a big bust. I'm one for adding to it, not taking away. I know you're up for sending Harden away.
I'm just up right now. I'm just up to stripping everything, man, here in Houston.
You're not alone.
Because man, we didn't come up with anything. COVID year, I just figured, everything was to be cherry for Houston teams, and it hadn't been cherry, John. We hadn't got anything.
Well,
I just figured short year, we're gonna have a championship somewhere.
Chris,
didn't happen.
Houston, we've had 4 or 5 years of being in the runner. 1 year ahead of the Golden State Warriors, where we were the favorite. And there's been other years. I mean, we've had a good run. You can't be complaining, Houston. Sorry,
man.
And even this year, even though it wasn't even close really, but we thought it would be.
John, can you name me the 2 Houston teams as of late that have run up 2 championships in a row? 2 teams here in Houston. 2 teams. Yes.
The Astros? You talking about? The Astros?
Nope. I said in a row. 2 seasons in a row. 2 championships in a row.
Well, that's only the Rockets back in the day, right?
That would be the Houston Rockets and the Houston Dynamo.
The Houston Dynamo. You're talking soccer now. That's
but it's a Houston team, John.
Okay, that's true. The Dynamos were a great team.
I just figured that the Astros were going to follow suit, John.
Who was on that team that won? Who was on the team? Do you know? With the Dynamos.
Dynamo, of course I can tell you. Of course I can tell you.
Yeah. In Spanish or English?
In English or Spanish, it doesn't matter.
All right.
Well, hold on.
I don't know.
My brain's lost. It's Brian Ching.
Yeah.
Brian Ching, of course, everyone knows who Brian Ching is.
And this was the American Soccer League.
This is here in Houston.
Find out how much soccer I know.
This is MLS.
Yeah. Okay. But Chris has brought me out to. We went to the Dallas
Major League Soccer. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Major League. We were up there in the press box and here in town, which was real nice.
It was Brian Ching, Dwayne De Rosario. Dwayne De Rosario was more or less his sidekick.
Yeah.
He's the one that would find the ball, lead the ball, pass the ball to Ching. Ching was the forward. He's the scorer. He was the striker.
Where's Ching at nowadays?
Brian Ching, he's retired. He is one of the coaches for the Houston Dynamo, but the Dash, the female side of the Houston.
Man, he's a smart man.
Yes, sir.
Coach that Dash.
Right.
Yeah.
That is correct.
And now J.J. Watt's girlfriend left this last year.
And she was on the Dash.
And she was on the Dash.
She's one of the Dash players, correct?
You do a lot of that. You do some scout. Chris is I don't know about scout.
Yeah, I did.
He'll
did
find
a lot of that.
people and hook people
For the
up.
first year, 2 years of the Houston Dash's existence, we were covering their tryouts. And on my own for the Houston Dynamo, I did do a lot of talent search. And I would bring a lot of kids from Central America, South America to try out with the Houston Dynamo to hopefully sign for the Houston Dynamo. Well, the majority of them would enter the smaller 18, 17, 14, 16 league. And, of course, these are the development youth leagues for the Houston Dynamo. So I've done that in the past, John.
And I know Chris has tried to help me with the tennis and bringing in kids from other countries, and we're probably going to be doing a lot more of that soon.
Start doing that real soon.
With my online tennis coming out. I got a couple videos, Chris. We're close to finishing, and then my website, johnfostertennis.com, is going to switch over, and it should have more of a world appeal. I know right now I have a lot of people following me from all around the world.
If we can somehow grab folks and say, hey, look, I know you've had tennis, and I know you've been introduced to tennis this way. But this is the way introduction of tennis should have happened.
Oh.
And you can follow John Foster on my website, my teaching, my videos. And this is how the revolution of tennis is beginning and is changing.
It all has changed, Chris, with tennis and everything. Everything's online. I've been wanting to do this for 10 years now. I should have beat the curve and already been on it. There's a lot of websites out there right now that get a lot of people watch them and learn, and you can go online, send me a video, and I can evaluate the video and get back with you on, I know Nikki Roth, we should have Nikki Roth on soon. She's a tennis pro down in Florida. She actually works with Ivanka Trump's kids down there in West Palm Beach. And I taught Nikki back in the day in Florida. She played #1 for Barry University. She came out with her online sessions now and doing very well. I need to get back in touch with Nikki, maybe have Nikki on sometime. I know we talked about having another guest today, and I saw her yesterday. She couldn't make it today, and that's an NFL. She was married to Roman Gabriel's backup.
Right.
So back in the day when football, you made no money in football.
Right. Let's see if you can get a hold of him, John, and I would love to have him here.
Yeah, I believe we're going to have Tammy on there and Nikki, no problem. It's just a matter of time. She works for Rick Macy right now, who I used to work for years and years ago. You know, Chris Evert, Rick Macy. I did, gosh, I'm thinking. There's many academies. Nick Bollettieri, I worked there, but Seguso and Bassett.
John, on a sad note, I heard this week that ESPN, of course, is laying off a lot of employees. It's sad because if you can't get folks out there to report on sports, then you're going to lack sports, John. ESPN, you know who that is.
Yeah.
Right. Normally I don't talk about these folks, but they're in the news, and it's sports news. So I'm letting you guys know ESPN has been laying off folks, will be laying off folks going into 2021.
John, internationally, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the whole thing. Well, you know, Chris, that's not a big surprise in breaking news because, you know, you can't, nowadays you can't get out there. They can only allow so many people to go to the practices and stuff. Right. Although I think we should be getting through this now, Chris. It should be.
Well, no, Houston, Harris County is not suffering as bad, but apparently, supposedly, there is another wave of COVID coming around. But Houston and Europe, and other cities in the United States,
came around a little bit.
El Paso's gotten it really bad, John.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. Okay. They're dying in El Paso.
Wow.
And we haven't suffered that as of yet. And another news, of course, we have to mention this, that Biden, of course, is leading right now. He's taking the lead in the states that were previously red states, which was Georgia, Pennsylvania. Biden has taken a short lead now in those states.
Chris is a Democrat.
Thank you for telling everyone. But yeah, okay.
Democrat.
Chris for Congress.
And he's going to run again, yeah. You know, he got his foot in the door a little bit this last year and got used to what was going on. I think he's going to make a run for Congress. I know he's going to make a run.
Yeah, not to mention the past 15, 16 years I've helped and I've actually supported a lot of candidates, and with my support and endorsement they've gotten to take and win those positions in Fort Bend County, John. So a lot of it is timing. It's about time, and it will be District 22 in 22 for Chris Fernandez. So a lot of it is I paid my dues. I've put a lot of the folks in Congress.
Right, with your newspaper, reporting on people, advertising them.
Correct. And then, of course, I think it's my time now to do it.
Right.
And I just want everybody to relax and be calm and let the process go about with Joe Biden and Trump, and for them to accept whoever the winner is, because it's like they said, yes, Biden's in the lead, previously Trump, but we don't know till the last votes counted, John.
And you were at the Democratic Party here in.
I was at the Democratic Party Houston. Here in Fort Bend County.
Fort Bend County.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes,
and,
sir.
So you guys must have been pretty happy that night.
Well, like I said, it was just very early. I was there till about 10 or 11. Not much was going on. There was some counting. You know, some counting had begun. 1 or 2 states had gotten one by then. Basically, it was being out there and participating, John. Didn't eat any of the food. You know, I was just out there participating. I did do a couple of interviews in Spanish, of course.
Yeah, and you were on the news the other night, huh?
Right, definitely.
Yeah.
So a lot of exposure, not a lot of knowledge that it's not, you know, sports knowledge, but folks, again, we'd ask, you know, please, we plead you, whatever the decision is, tomorrow, the next day, relax, you know, take it easy.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I heard that the governor had, you know, contingency plans to have the military involved and, you know, to keep Texas safe throughout the state.
Yeah.
If Trump was elected, right?
Right.
It looks like it's going to go Biden, but you know, we got to come together as a country. That's the one thing. I don't know if you know this, but basically, I was a Republican. My dad raised me Republican. You know. For so long. My brother's a big Democrat. So, I mean, I'm not Republican. I want the right thing. I wish there was a third party here.
John, like I used to say, hey guys, I don't care if we vote for it. Just go out there and vote, and we're all happy as long as you vote for me. But no, just joking, guys. I know everybody voted, and John, we asked, like I said, the public community. I know Houstonians in Houston and Texas. We're all cool about it. We're not going to do anything crazy. So.
Well, we're here to talk about sports. I don't do politics. Correct. I don't do religion, even though there it is. That's what I say.
And going back to the COVID and jobs and of course it is money, John. It's a lot of money. It's we just got news that the NBA will be starting their new season 2021 December 22nd. Is that correct, John?
Right. That's right. The NBA. So that was questions whether the players were going to allow that to happen. Because they just finished up. There's not really an off season.
Right.
Do you know if they're going to do a bubble situation again?
That was not something that they've accorded on, John. That's nothing that
probably not because now everybody seems to be the NFL. Even though the NFL right now is having some problems with COVID. Right. Yeah, right. COVID-19. So we'll see how that pans out.
I think we did report earlier that the Texans, of course, 3 of their players have it. One of those being, of course, Merciless, who is one of the key components of the Houston defense.
Right.
And Jonathan Grenard will be taking his place, John.
Oh, really? So he's out for the game? Yeah.
Merciless gone. Yeah, he's out for the game. So.
All right.
And what I was saying earlier is that now with this gone and done and Merciless not in there. Not that he was super effective, but now J.J. Watt will have to work extra hard, John, on that defense.
Well,
I'm saying this. Yeah. If the Texans can't beat this rookie, and you can cut my foot off, I've been right every single time about the Texans, and I'm going to tell you right now, this guy, Jake, is going to come out there unchained.
Light it on fire? Really?
Unchained, unhooked, unconscious. If he does that, Texans are going down.
Well, and
if the Texans allow that, horrible, John. Horrible.
The Texans have still their offense. They didn't let our speedy guy go. They didn't let anybody go. So that offense should be a top 5 offense, Chris, I think. And a lot of other people think also. With Bill O'Brien, we were run, pass. It needs to be just the opposite. It needs to be pass.
Should be
run.
Pass, run.
Pass. And when
run.
you think they're going to pass, then you run. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty simple, guys.
Usually this is the basic diagram, John, of a team that's well balanced. You open up the game with a running series. The series I'm going to run, 1 throw. 3 runs, 1 throw. 3 runs, 1 throw.
Yeah.
That 1 throw usually ends up being play action for big yards.
Right.
That's how you plan it on paper, as you say.
That's how Bill O'Brien planned it, and he ran it just like that, and they knew what was coming all the time. It needs to go just the other way,
That's
Chris.
Because you're not designing and you're not hiding, and you don't have the great execution, John.
Right. You don't have disguise. There's no misdirection.
Look at Rodgers. Rodgers has been having that offense.
They had a good time last night.
Way, right.
Yeah, beat up on San Francisco.
San Francisco last night. Rodgers sure did.
Yeah.
And, the thing is, the way you play it, the way you execute, the way you hide it, John, and then you pull out and roll out, your tight end, your wing back, wide open, you throw it, John.
Yeah, he's also very good at a bootleg, which, Deshaun wasn't selling at all, I remember in the day,
execution,
I did a little quarterbacking in the old take, and you put it by the hip and you roll out like nothing's happening,
Yep.
Deshaun has to get better at that, but he has to be coached. So hopefully we can get in a great coach on, somebody like Kubiak or our friend.
Right. We're still in the discussion of that, John. They're still trying to find, by committee, as you said, Cal McNair and everyone, trying to find him not just a head coach, but they're also trying to find him a general manager.
Right.
Guys, they have to get it done right. They have to get the right guys there to make this team, to make this franchise a winner. When J.J. Watt was interviewed, John, Tuesday, what basically his words were, I don't want to rebuild. I want a championship, and I want it now.
Well, we were talking the other day, Chris, on the air, and there was somebody saying, you want to bring in a college coach or bring in an offensive coordinator from the Chiefs or something like this. It's never been a head coach. I think this is a bad idea, Chris.
Right.
I
Airbnb,
know it's a
right,
bad
right.
idea because right now you have a team. You need to have a coach come in here that isn't guessing about